Hello everyone, it is Fadi and Kaden, and today we're gonna talk about Locust. It's a performance load testing tool based in Python. Um, for today's agenda is we're gonna cover the introduction and we talk about Locust information and demo, evaluation and related work, and then the conclusion. Um, the testing is like a critical facet of performance testing where we subject software application, system or website to simulate user and data loads. Actually, this process helps us to understand how our software performs under varying condition, ensuring it's robust, reliable, and scalable. This is for load testing, and for Locust, um, for Locust load testing. Um, Locust is like a user-friendly, scriptable, and scalable performance testing tool, specifically designed for assessing web application. It stands out for its simplicity and flexibility, making it a preferred choice for developers and testers alike. We're gonna dig deep in the features of Locust. It's like ease of use, scriptability, and scalability. For the ease of use, one of the Locust standout features is its user-friendly nature. It simplifies the load testing process, making it accessible to both experienced testers and those new to performance testing. And for scriptability, Locust scriptable nature allow users to define and simulate complex user scenarios easily. Um, by scripting user behaviors in Python, testers can create highly customized test cases that closely mimic real-world scenarios. And also Locust shine in scenarios requiring scalable testing. Its architecture supports distributed testing, enabling the coordination of multiple instances to simulate a vast number of concurrent users. And for Locust information, the requirement for Locust is like Python 3.6 or late for running test scripts. And to install Locust, you can write bash terminal pip install Locust. Um, and using Locust is simple as creating a new Python file and importing Locust. Um, Running Locust is like bash terminal locust dash f your file underscore name dot py. Optional argument is like dash r to spawn rid of the users after test is started, and dash u is to know the amount of users wanted in the load test, and dash t to know the number of seconds or to identify the number of seconds load test is set to run for. Uh, and dash dash headless does not launch the GUI and is instead run in the terminal, and dash only dash summary only prints a summary for the runs in the terminal after tests, not during.
All right. Thank you, Fadi. So we're going to go into a demo here that is going to show you the intricacies of Locust and the different ways you can use it. So if we go over to this Python file I created, we're going to see that it's going to be a website. It's going to ping a website that is up and running currently. I can show you that it is this online boutique. Has multiple different options of products to select from. You can go in, you can add to cart, you can empty your cart, and if you add more things back to your cart, you can continue shopping, you can place your order, you can also change your currency that you're in, and then, like I said, you can continue your order. So this is the base website that we'll be pinging off of and showing the requests for Locust. So when we go back over, you can see at the top here I have Locust imported with HTTP user, tasks, and task sets. This will come in later when I explain the web test and how to set it up. First off, I have my products and just their different HTTP links that they go to and all the different currencies on the site. So first thing with the Locust, we're going to skip down past this a little bit, is defining a user class. This is what all the users that we'll be trying to run off the server will ping. So as you can see, it's the same link that I just showed you, onlineboutique.dev. We're going to give them a wait time between 0.5 and 3 seconds, so it's going to fluctuate randomly between there, but all their actions will happen after those wait times. And then our task set is defined as this web test class, and it will pick randomly from all of these tests that I have set up and start pinging the server with. So if we scroll up and we look at all these tasks, you can see that all of them are the tasks that I was just showing you inside the website. We have browse products, browse your cart, add to products, empty your cart, change your currencies, and check out your cart. These are all all the actions you can take on the website, and they will do it. Okay, so now to run it, we're going to look down here in the terminal where you see locust-f website py and -r 1-u20-t60 and only summary. This is going to run my website file with 1 user per second being spawned, 20 users, and it's going to run it for 60 seconds. So if we start it, we're going to go over to Locust and open up the file. It's going to start this. We can start swarming. And you're going to see that it's going to start pinging all of these different tests that we had just created. It's going to keep running and showing us everything that it's pinging and the amount of failures and the amount of milliseconds it takes for the request and time to get back. And all this data is easily shown in this great real-time application you can see the requests per second, the failures per second, the amount of response time, and everything in between. So overall, this is a great tool and shows us a lot about Locust and the servers in the websites that you create. So we're going to get back to the presentation now. Alrighty. So our evaluation of Locust. Overall, the strengths of this come from its ease of use, its ability to distribute tests, which wasn't shown here, but you can actually load it on multiple instances and distribute the testing to weaken the resource intensivity of the Locust. Gives you real-time monitoring in the GUI. It's very flexible and extensible with different plugins and stuff that are created by the developers and active community. And this is an open source project, so a lot of people contribute to it, and it has a very active community. A weakness that we have for Locust is that it has pretty limited protocol support currently. It only supports HTTP, and so they're currently working on new features, but that is just one weakness of Locust that we have found while using it this past month and a half. Some advanced features require a heavy learning curve. As I was creating some of these files, I left out some of the more advanced features because they take some time to learn, as it's a very in-depth load testing software. If you're running this on a single machine, it can kind of get resourcively intensive, and it can cause things to start slowing down, especially when you use high user counts. Unlike in this demo, when I only use 20 users, you can simulate your own servers on thousands of users, and it can very much slow down your servers. Although the GUI looks great and provides a lot of functionality, the GUI is just that. It's just basic and shows you just the milliseconds response time and the amount of failures and successes, and doesn't really have very much customizability. And finally, your community support dependent. Because it's open source, we have to wait for certain things to get fixed by other people. Some other tools that are related to this are Apache JMeter, Gatling, and BlazeMeter. These are all tools that are also used for load testing, but in other languages. They are all very comparable. They do about the exact same. They launch web browsers and other tasks to show you like how much millisecond response, the amount of failures, and about everything that PyCharm does, or PyCharm, that Locust does, but just for different languages. And in conclusion, we just wanted, after working with Locust here for this past month and a half, we realized that Locust has a very simple syntax that allows all developers of easy skill levels to create tests, has a very active community, allows you to distribute tests against multiple nodes and devices and suites, making optimal for large-scale performance, and supports real-time monitoring and reporting. Overall, Locust was great, and you should use it in the future.